Representative Ed Clere, thanks for being with us. HJR1 passes out of the House yesterday. What were some of your thoughts on that historic vote?
Sure. It's a big victory for Hoosier taxpayers. We delayed action, ultimately didn't take any action last year, and that left a lot of uncertainty for taxpayers, including businesses and everyone who pays property taxes. And I think that now it looks as though it's going to become part of the Constitution, and that gives everyone a certainty that they've never had before, that we've never had before. So it was a big victory for Hoosier taxpayers. I'm pleased that we took care of it early in the session. There was no reason to delay further. So I'm glad it's done, and I'm excited that it's moving on to the Senate, and ultimately will be before Hoosier voters in November. Give them the final say.
This is your first term as a legislator. How would you characterize maybe the pace of progress from 2009 to 2010? What are some of the differences?
Well, it's great to be doing something. Last year, it was kind of a surprise coming in here as a freshman to find that really we didn't do much in January, and I'm not sure we did a whole lot in February or March. We had the opportunity to do a lot, to accomplish a lot. We maybe could have written a budget and gotten out of here on time and not had to come back for a special session. So it was, in the end, the special session probably turned out to be a good thing for the state, because it allowed us to craft a budget that was more fiscally responsible than anything that was presented during the regular session. But still, it was frustrating that in January and February and even into March, we weren't doing a whole lot last year. So it's refreshing that we're starting off at a fast pace. I just hope it continues. We've got some momentum. There's a lot that we can accomplish in the next 8 or 9 weeks for Hoosier families and taxpayers, and I'm looking forward to being part of that.
What perhaps are some of those issues that may come up here, other major topics, or perhaps some of your own legislation?
Yeah. Well, I think now that we've taken action on the tax caps, we can move to the next part of that discussion, which is assessment. And there's no question that our assessment system needs to be improved with the taxpayer in mind. How we do that is up for debate, but it needs to happen. Tax caps will have a limited protection for taxpayers, for property taxpayers, if there's no cap on assessment. So I am hoping that we can have an open and reasonable discussion and debate over how to improve the assessment system. I think there are a lot of opportunities to do that, and that could be the next piece in reforming property taxes. We have plenty of time to have that discussion and to do it in a responsible way. So I hope we do that soon and keep up the momentum that we have now from the tax caps vote. As far as other legislation, on Friday, I know, last week there were more than 500 bills and resolutions that had already been filed. I've been reading through quite a few of those and talking with fellow legislators. There are a lot of good ideas out there, and I think that's what this session should be about, is ideas. We don't have money to spend, but that doesn't mean that we can't accomplish a lot for Hoosiers. There are politicians walking around saying that it needs to be a short session because we don't have money to spend, and I think that's wrong. I'm not saying that we should stay here one moment longer than we need to, but quite frankly, with the hundreds of pieces of legislation that have been filed, many of which don't have any fiscal impact, surely there are some topics that we can take up that will do good for Hoosiers and not cost the state any money. In fact, it's a great time to be looking at opportunities for saving money and for consolidation and efficiency, and we really need to seize the opportunity that we have here over the next month and a half or so to take up those issues.